When I first discovered intermittent fasting as a way of lifestyle, I was hooked. I was hooked because the changes and the benefits that I experienced was supernatural. Because my body, mind, and spirit, even physically, the way I appeared inside out, even external, completely transformed when I incorporated intermittent fasting into my life. Which is why, for me personally, intermittent fasting is a way of lifestyle. It's not the only lifestyle, but it's the best lifestyle for me. And fasting at an older age can become a lethal weapon when it comes to experiencing rapid changes. And when you combine intermittent fasting with simplicities of life that you're supposed to be adhering to, like intake of water, walking 10,000 steps every single day, cutting out processed foods, right? And even managing your sugar intake, upping your protein, right? And I said the game changer for me was incorporating the carnivore diet with intermittent fasting. That's when my body composition completely changed, and this was rapid. I probably lost, right now, I'm about 160, 157, 160. I fluctuate there, and I purposely like to keep my weight there because that's the best bang for my buck. That's where I see a lot of differentials, right? My waist size, some of my abs, uh, outer lining as well. When the light hits you a certain way, right? But that's about. I mean, you think about it. I was 190 pounds, maybe closer to 200 pounds when I was drinking a lot of alcohol, and as a byproduct, sleeping less and eating a lot of junk food, and it really hit me. It really caught up to me in my early 40s, which is why when I look at some of my older pictures, and like a time reel, a time wasp, I actually look older at 42, 43, 44 than at 50. And the fact that I can say I'm 50, that just sounds, damn, that sounds old. Because I am kind of old in that sense, Gen X. But when I say old, I put in quotation marks. I'm a young old man in that sense. Because I have the energy and vibrancy of a 20-something-year-old. That's how I feel. And obviously, if you're walking every single day like this, your blood flow, right, your oxygen tank, your stamina, your mental health, as well as your, hormones are well balanced. I mean, look at what I'm doing. I'm absorbing this beautiful climate, this environment. There's a lot that goes into fasting, and it's not a whole lot that you think by way of sacrifice. In fact, fasting is effortless, flawless, and when you improve your relationship with hunger, water, right, you begin to appreciate your taste for water, because a lot of us are simply dehydrated, right? We are dehydrated, and so when we are dehydrated, you reach for the convenient foods. And when you're not sleeping enough, you reach for the comforting foods that kind of help manage that fake fogginess. The lethargic energy that you have is craving dopamine, pleasure, right? Some find it by way of corn, right, online, the X-rated websites, and some find it through substance abuse, drugs, alcohol, right? Extreme sports behaviors as such. I don't need to go into detail, but we're all looking for that escape. And if I was to go back in time and tell the younger version of myself that go further inward, because that's where the answers to your problems lie, I would have bettered myself 10 times and over again. We all are running away from something within. We all are running away from something within. Not a lot of us take the time to do the inner work. And I have found intermittent fasting, outside of getting into the best shape of my life, that you think about what this essentially means is that you're stopping anything and every food from entering your body for a set period of time. And you don't negotiate with the devil when the devil is at the door. And what is the devil? Practically speaking, the devil is all the foods that America, Uncle Sam sold to us, processed foods, right, that are not good for us, calorically speaking, way over the top, that it's at its foundation is a primary reason why we overeat and indulge in those foods is because they feel good. They spike your dopamine. And the ingredients in there keep you addicted. That's what the Western diet, the culture, promotes. They get you hooked. But imagine if you say no to it for a prolonged period of time, right? And imagine instead you substitute that with water. Now, what you're doing is you are calming the voices inside your nerves, the blood through your bloodstream, every heartbeat, every liquid form in your body, every cell repair the damage. Because intermittent fasting promotes uh, autophagy, right, which is the repairing of dead cells and also killing old cells and replenishing, right, new ones, spiking up your growth hormones, testosterone, improving biology. Biology happens and functions when fasting, you know, is taking place. And our ancestors, caveman days, weren't eating like this every single hour, snacking, like grazing, snacking. And a lot of us just look the other way, like as if these calories don't add up, and it's as if the scale's not going to show the way it does, right? The scale doesn't lie. But just take the time to sit still and think about what I just said, right? The same way you're restricting food from entering your body for a certain amount of hours in a strict time block. Nothing but liquid, water, maybe sparkling water, lemon juice, lemon with water, tea, bone broth soup, right? When you're doing all these things, and then finally breaking your fast with a strategic protein meal or good fats, right? Eggs, avocado, bacon, turkey sausage, steak, whatever it is. Anything but processed sugar and processed food. Like when you break your fast, your palate changes. The way you taste and bring back the ingredients and nutrients into your body does something to you. Not only does your appreciation for food change and enhance, but mentally, you have just taken a break from all that eating. You have given your system, your digestive tract, a break from constantly eating. Your liver, your kidneys, right? Urinating all the time, defecation. You're gonna urinate water while you drink all that water. But let's just think about digestion. You're giving your kidney, your liver, your intestines a break, right? This is where the magic happens. This is where true magic happens. A lot of us, a lot of us just mindlessly eat and completely forget that we have to track, manage our time, not just with food, but with life. The decisions we make, impulsive too. This lifestyle impacts you as such. And for me, this was my weapon. This allowed me to really put together a strategic lifestyle with boundaries, structure, protocols, right? A really well thought out, it's meditative. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. This is extremely meditative. And if you don't intervene with yourself and learn to sit quietly with the storm within, you will never be able to break through and instead be looking at seeking answers outside of yourself through other people, through other activities, indulgences, substance abuse, food. And each year, as it comes and goes, you're getting overweight. You never achieve the results that you wanted for yourself. Physical part is a byproduct. That's without saying. Physical part is a byproduct. Physically, you're going to become in the best shape of your life. You do just a little bit of working out, guys. 3-4 times a week, tops, right? you can do every day, but that's your protocol. But I think where the magic lies is fasting and walking. Once you start seeing the results in that combination, and you just improve your diet 1% better every single day, you will start seeing massive changes over time. This isn't going to happen overnight, because to unwind all of those years of bad habits, it's going to take a few months. But in perspective, when you start losing it, it's going to happen very quickly. You're going to lose all those pounds very quickly. So if you want to unwind the decades worth of damage to your body, depending on where you are in your health journey, it's very possible to unwind all of that. Like if your doctor, if you've been going to your doctor and you got a good physical card, right, you get a good report card, and there are things and readings that you can improve upon, and it's within your control, and then you're in good shape. The good news is that you can turn your life around. And the secret lies in when no one's watching. When no one's watching at night, can you really call it a day when it comes to eating? Can you adhere to a 14, 16, 18-hour fast? Can you get all your meals in within a 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour window? And truth be told, if you do this the right way, and there's no right way, but if you do this in an optimum way, fashion, you'll realize that you don't need a whole lot of food to be satiated and full and to see the results. Because ultimately, you're changing your body composition. But with all of that, you mentally transform as well. And that's where the magic happens. And in that storm, in that transformation, you meet a new version of yourself. And that's where the magic starts happening, and we start unlocking your demons. You realize, and you start reflecting on the relationships that you have around you, and the people that you attract, right? And the people in your life right now, and who you need to cut. And fasting is all about cutting things out, right? Stopping things and restricting your diet. I mean, you can still enjoy things in moderation. No problem there. You can still enjoy things in moderation. But how badly do you want this transformation, right? How badly do you want to talk to your demons and, for once, stop running? And that's what fasting did for me, is it allowed me to look at myself. Like, it forces you to tap into your inner magic that we have kept at bay, and we have sort of disregarded ourselves and treated ourselves really badly through our behaviors. But you do find yourself, the longer you do this, the more consistently you do this, the more you find yourself. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is that this lifestyle is dangerous, which is why monks and some of the greatest philosophers and, people who chant, have religious views as such, and really live that monk lifestyle, have turned to fasting as a way to unlock their magic powers within. And this is what intermittent fasting has taught me, that food sometimes can be the enemy. It's actually not the enemy, but how we treat food, right, and what we choose to put into our body, that habit is venomous. That's essentially the downfall of our future best versions that never happened, right? I have made a lot of videos about fasting and walking on my channel. It's been a while since I did one of these videos, and I think this was a good time to get one of the fasting videos out and get it out there in the open, because I hit 600 subscribers today, give or take, but it's there, and I am so thankful for each and every one that's been here since day one, that had no idea where this channel was going to go, and I still don't know where this is going to go. I'm just rolling with it. I would say the last few weeks, I really locked into my content strategy, my production style, my speech, and just rolling with the camera. Because this here, a lot of people are not able to talk flawlessly and owning up to their ums and the ahs and the mistakes, and just really putting yourself out there. And that's true power, is letting go. and not being afraid, letting go and not being afraid of your own mistakes, and learn trial by fire. I mean, if you'd have told me that you have to be holding a gimbal for the next year or so and forever to talk like this and find your freedom, I would have laughed so hard. I would have said, yeah, right, whatever, man. And here I am, breaking free from the stereotypical norms and society's boundaries and projections. And I have found myself, and I continue to peel many layers of myself and versions at this life, at this age, where I'm at in my life. Okay? So if any questions about this lifestyle, leave a comment, reach out to me. You can book your free consultation call. Connect with me via Calendly. I'll be happy to hop on a call and we can discuss your lifestyle. Okay? Until the next video, guys, take care. Mamba out.